Jack and I were in the old branch 4 working for Sam Simon, if you recall Sam. But the stuff that was just iterated was I was supposed to be the guy going, and Mr. Gilliam decided that we needed somebody that had the more technical aspects of what was going on with the databases. So I stayed home, and you know who went and did a super job of help setting up the database in the area. But Jack and I, like I say, started out in the old branch 4 and spent several midnights together on shifts, and that's where I got to know him. A lot of stories passed back and forth in regards to his time in the area. So yes, it was good knowing him, and super guy. Thank you.
Next we'll hear from Major General Robert Pennycook, retired, who served with Jack. He served with you, Jack, with the Army Reserve, and he also has a lot of other stories about softball and other things.
Jack, happy birthday. I'm Bob Pennycook, and we first met in about 1964 when Branch 4 at ACIC was formed. You were my first supervisor, and I remember you as being quite knowledgeable since we were in a new field. I was in a new field. I didn't know much about what was going on, but you were a very good teacher and very helpful to me and others in the section. So it worked out real well. You did good. But in addition to being a good supervisor, you coached our Branch 4 Soapwich softball team. That team, under your leadership, won the city championship in 1966. And maybe it was 65. But there's a picture of that team. You probably know all of these guys. They all worked in Branch 4. And I also remember that our team, which was called the Plotters for obvious reasons, and the players all wore black shirts as a team uniform. But for some reason I didn't have a black shirt. And one time I was at bat and there was runners on, and you yelled from the bench, "Bob, if you'll get a hit, I'll buy you a black shirt." Well, I got a hit. You bought me a black shirt just like the one I wore today, and this is just for you, Jack. But I also remember that when I was assigned to RADC at Rome, New York, and getting ready to go, I remember I had 2 automobiles and I had to get rid of one. So I made an offer to you at a ridiculously low price, and of course you took it. And I recall you were telling everybody the deal that you got on my car, which was probably true. I probably got screwed, but that's okay. I was happy and you were happy. But as I recall, you drove that car for several years afterwards, and I thought it was worn out when I sold it to you. I also remember you as an Army reservist. You were in the military intelligence units that's met on South Kings Highway in St. Louis, and then later on you helped activate the psychological operations units, the 10th PSYOPS Battalion, which is still active, but now it's been moved over to Jefferson Barracks. They meet in Jefferson Barracks in the new Joint Reserve Center. So you started something that is still in existence, and they have been activated several times in the meantime. But when you were promoted to full colonel, you were assigned to the command headquarters as Director of Training. The headquarters was located on Goodfellow Boulevard, which is just across the street from where many of us went to Cardo School. And as a training officer, you had to attend meetings every Monday night and many times on weekends. And you were responsible for about 70 widely diverse units and about 8,000 troops, all with different skills over a 3-state area. You had field artillery, medical, aviation, supply, MPs, MI, and others. And you had to find their mission and make sure they were doing their mission right. You set policy and standards. And I recall that you and I going oftentimes into the areas of Illinois, Missouri, or Kansas and helping them, inspecting them, assisting the units. And some of these trips required overnight stays, mostly on weekends. And we had many social events, and in the picture here shows a party at the Missouri Athletic Club, and I don't know if it was a Christmas party or a commander's party conference dinner, but we always had to wear our military dress uniforms. And Jack, while you did an outstanding job as a military reservist, I think it's important to point out that you were also simultaneously an outstanding employee at DMAC. And I think that's a characteristic that's often overlooked to people like yourself who do both. You have to, it takes a lot of time to be a reservist, but you were up to the task. And I think you should be commended for all that you did in both military and civilian jobs. Jack, it's been great knowing you and working with you. You're a great guy. I really respect you as a person, as a professional soldier, and as an outstanding government employee. God bless, and we all love you.
Oh, Jack, the first time I met you is with the Powder softball team. I played with you a year before you won the championship. Then I moved on to another team, missed out on that. Next time I run into you was when the PPDB for Vietnam was being made, and I was working on some stuff with it, and you had a few questions, and I gave you my answer for what I knew anyway. And then the next time, basically I ever knew you, you gave me an award when I had 2,000 years of hours of sick leave, and you gave me an award for that when you were chief of scientific, or who the heck, I don't know which one it was anyway. Anyway, Jack, us old guys got to hang together. Happy birthday. I got you by 1 year, so keep on working. You may catch me.
Jack, I hope you appreciate and enjoy the remarks from past co-workers, and it's I really appreciate everyone showing up here today to make this video, which I understand that Bill will put it on the YouTube channel to be shared by friends and family and no telling who. So it's been a pleasure putting this together, and we wish you the best as you enter your 10th decade of life.
Okay. You did it. You did it. You're right, I did it. There, now I got it. And then we can all wait and say,
We landed on.
happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
I can't
Many
think
more.
of anything else. Can you think of anything? Okay. That'll be it.
So are you gonna insert pictures